Hey, what's up guys? So we're here to go over the latest patch notes for the new update that just happened today on Diablo 3. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So the first thing I think a lot of people are excited about that I do want to mention is the new Lilith Wings that you can actually acquire if you were someone who obtained them through a code or got it from the virtual ticket. So these are what they look like. New wings, pretty cool. I think that a lot of people are hyped up about that. I'm really more hyped up about the patch notes, and that's what I want to go ahead and jump into. So we're going to be basically checking out the things that are highlighted in red because these are the new changes. Now, we don't have a date for Season 19 for Diablo 3. However, a lot of things that were on the PTR have actually moved over to the live section over here with these latest patch notes. So anyways, for Season 19, again, Season 19 is not out right now. We don't have a specific date on that, but it's the Season of Eternal Conflict, and basically it's like Rampage League from Path of Exile, and every single time you're going to be gaining some kills, you're getting bonus damage and movement speed, and then on top of that you'll get some type of like special thing that happens on screen. Like if you get 15 kills, you're going to have exploding chickens. So some of these technically did exist previously, but they have kind of moved around some of the numbers. The only thing that actually really matters for any of you guys that are interested in this newer edition is really at 500 kills, the angels would descend upon the battlefield to fight for your cause. They no longer one-shot Rift Guardians. This was something that I guess some people were trying to kind of time perfectly, but this would be a huge deal, especially if you're doing some greater Rift pushings. Having the angels being able to one-shot is a huge deal, and no longer will they be able to do that. But there are other things to unlock in Season 19. They mentioned there's a Valor portrait frame and the Angelic Treasure, a goblin pet. So that's kind of cool, and everyone will be available to get those new rewards. However, the Cosmetic Wings that are available that I showed off right here, these ones are only for people that happen to have the virtual ticket, or technically there are other people getting codes for it, but basically that's how you unlock those wings. So let's go ahead and hop into the first changes. So basically with this new season on the PTR, we basically got a bunch of different builds, specifically new sets for the Crusader, the Monk, and there's a rework on the Wrath of the Waste Barbarian build. So I technically covered these previously, but basically we've got new sets for the Monk and the Crusader, and Barb got a huge buff. But some of these have been changed, so let's go ahead and go over those changes. So first off, the new Crusader, the Aegis of Valor set, which is supposed to be a Fist of the Heavens set. What's crossed out is basically what they have changed from the previous PTR. So with the 2-piece bonus, now attacking with Fist of the Heavens empowers you, allowing Heaven's Fury to deal 100% increased damage for 5 seconds, which stacks up to 3 times, which is multiplicative. With the 4-piece bonus, hitting with Fist of the Heavens generates 5 Wrath and reduces damage taken by 1% for 5 seconds, which can stack up to 50 times. And then with the 6-piece bonus, it used to increase the damage of Fist of the Heavens and Heaven's Fury by 10,000%. Although I believe before it was just Fist of the Heavens. Now we have actually doubled this. Because it was previously a set that wasn't really seeing too much play on the leaderboard, so this is a huge change. And by the way, the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background is with this new update, with the new Wrath of the Waste Barbarian build, so it actually has gotten a buff, but it actually took a nerf as well, which we'll get into. So basically, the Fist of the Heavens Crusader build is going to be much better now. I mean, they just added a multiplier of 20,000 on it, so it's double of what it used to be. So as far as the new Monk set, let's go ahead and go over that. So that is the Patterns of Justice, which is essentially a sweeping wind build with Tempest Rush, and no one was using Tempest Rush, so they actually buffed it a lot here. So with the 2-piece bonus, Sweeping Wind gains the effect of every rune, and movement speed is increased by 5% for each stack of Sweeping Wind. And with the 4-piece bonus, it used to increase your movement speed, that would stack up to 10 times, but that has been crossed out, and it says attacking with Tempest Rush reduces your damage taken by 50% and increases spirit regeneration by 50. And then with the 6-piece bonus, it says hitting with Tempest Rush while Sweeping Wind is active will temporarily increase the size of Sweeping Wind after hitting over 30 times within a short period, and then Sweeping Wind damage is increased by, it used to be 10,000 and now it's 15,000. And there's another buff over here. But I also want to mention that this seems to work properly now. I was actually watching some video footage, and I do plan to give you guys gameplay of all the different builds, but this is supposed to kind of be a overview of everything that we're going to be talking about in this latest patch. But this actually works properly now. Again, before it would just not proc, which was the problem here. But then Dark Light over here, this was something that was already changed with the PTR in Season 19 when we had the access to the PTR here. But they also increased the damage of Fist of the Heavens by, it used to be 200 to 250%, now it's 800 to 1,000, so that's a huge additional buff in addition to the 20,000 that we're getting when it was previously 10,000. And then also they changed Eye of the Storm. So this was a helm that made it so when Sweeping Wind was active, when it hits exactly one enemy, its damage is increased by 100%. Now, this has been just completely removed. No one was really using it. It's supposed to be able to destroy the Rift Guardian, but they just kind of went ahead and reworked it something else. So Vengeful Wind over here, which is the fist, it actually changed the stacks of Sweeping Wind. It used to be 6 to 7, and now it's going to be 10. That was, again, something that was previously there. But now we're getting a damage bonus. It used to be 250 to 300. Now it's 600 to 800. So again, more numbers means more damage. And then now we have a new legendary ability on the Wokim Lao fist weapon. So it says new legendary power, hitting with Tempest Rush will activate Cyclone Strike, and both skills deal 500 to 600% increased damage. So this is quite nice over here. Now the rest of the changes for the Chantotos, this is something that was previously changed, where it made it so the scaled attack speed of bonus to Wave of Destruction has been reduced. So basically a nerf to the wizard over here. And as far as the Barbarian, I already mentioned that we have a bonus to the Wrath of the Waste set. Basically, it's like a Rend, Whirlwind Barbarian, but you don't actually have to use Rend. But they actually changed the belt, the Lamentation. Basically, before, it would give you the secondary ability where Ren would be able to stack up to 2 times on one enemy, and it would increase the damage. Now, it still lets you apply the second stack of Ren. However, it won't give you that bonus damage of 150 to 200%. I'm guessing this equivalates to maybe like anywhere from 10, 15 to 20 GRs if you are pushing with this. This is actually a pretty big nerf for Barb, and I'm kind of looking more forward to starting off with Crusader with these changes. And they basically mentioned we're very happy with Barbarians, but they were overperforming, and technically they were, and it was really, really good. Ambo's Pride has not been changed though, which when you attack it automatically applies Rend. This is something that was already there. With Remorseless over here, it has a new legendary power, and it says, while Wrath of the Berserker and Call of the Ancients are active, Hammer of the Ancient now deals 200 to 250% more damage from its former 25 to 30% chance of summoning an Ancient. Again, this is an older change over here. And then with the Braces of Destruction over here, the Seismic Slam deals 400 to 500% increased damage, and it used to be the first 5 enemies hit, now it's going to be 10 enemies. Again, some of these changes in green were previous changes, but I figured I'd mention them because these are kind of new here. And then with the Fury of the Ancients, we have that shoulder piece, and it makes it so Call of the Ancients gains the effect of the Ancient's Fury rune, and your Ancients attack 100% faster. And then also we have a change to the Bone Ringer. This is where the Necromancer would basically spend time attacking the same target. Once again, this is more for like Rift Guardians, but it now has been nerfed over here, and they have not changed the nerf. I know in the forums people were kind of talking about this, but basically it has a cap of 60 stacks. How it works is the secondary ability on the Bone Ringer would make it so the damage bonus of skeletons would increase by anywhere from 25 to 30%, and it would infinitely stack, so you'd have people basically attacking the Rift Guardian, and eventually it would just get to the point where it would get infinite scaling, so it now has a cap of 60 stacks. So anyways, guys, yeah, that is the new changes with the latest patch notes, and you guys can play this right now, but I think a lot of people are more interested on knowing when the heck Season 19 drops. And again, I don't have an official date on it. They have not mentioned it yet, but hopefully within the next few days, we'll get the mention of that. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, guys, that's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing that. And if you guys want to see gameplay, and if you guys want builds, the Barbarian build has not changed, and I'll link that. I'll pin all these down below. If you guys want to see the gameplay of the new Monk set and the new Crusader set, I will be updating that video because these technically have been changed. They buffed them. Essentially, the builds will change maybe with some of the different runes, especially with Crusader, because before you had to run the Lightning rune, where now we're going to be able to maybe utilize a different set of runes. But I'll still pin those down below in case any of you guys just want to see what the heck it looks like. It's going to be relatively the same. It's just the numbers are going to be higher. But I will still give you guys that gameplay so you guys can check it out. And I will be updating the Crusader and the Monk. The Barbarian build is literally like the same, so I'm just gonna leave that video there and I'll go ahead and pin it down below. And also, if you are new here, I do want to mention I dropped a video a few days ago talking about the new Diablo 4 leaks where they leaked all the classes and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll also pin it down below. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and if it's your first time here and you want to see more Diablo as well as other gaming content, hit subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see more. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace. Also, those wells are OP.